I think all the children can learn a lot from people like Ankur. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks a lot to all of you, Shivesh, Shivani from the ThinkStartup team, and to all the young minds, the mentors in this forum for having me here. I've been a part of and a witness to the incredible journey of this Youth Ideathon over the years, right from its inception stage. Because we, as She at Work, have been working very closely with Shivesh in, promoting the best entrepreneurial ideas by girl students here. You might think, why is it required to especially focus on girls? But if you look, at the number of unicorns today, there are only around 7% women founders in that. So there is definitely a need for people like us to start promoting women entrepreneurs also. So, but today this ideathon has become more like a movement, Shivesh, to propel youth entrepreneurship in the country. And I think it's very relevant in today's day and age. I'm sure Anku must have spoken about it, but it's so
Absolutely.
relevant. Oh, Anku, I think it's spoken. I don't know. Oh, then he's the right person to speak because in this age of AI, it's very important to have these skills like creativity and the ability to innovate and build something new. These have emerged as core life skills today. And if you remember in the last, I think in the 2025 ideathon also, there was this team of girl students who came up with this wonderful idea called Mind Maze, wherein they were integrating a storytelling and mood tracking platform. It's about a mental health platform for teens. So it's wonderful the sort of problems that people face, how they come up with unique ideas around that. And honestly, when I founded She at Work, because when I became an entrepreneur myself, I realized the challenges that women face in the entrepreneurial journey. But I also realized that being an entrepreneur can offer you more flexibility combined with the career growth that you always want as a woman. And that's the reason I ask and ask a lot of young girls to look at entrepreneurship as a job, as a career option, wherein you are having all these qualities of flexibility combined with the fact that you are a job creator. When I became a part of the BRICS network, I kept meeting a lot of brilliant women globally, women with ideas, with skills, with the will to build something of their own. But most of them didn't have a place to start. This led us to start initiatives like Global Women Leadership Program, where Shivesh is also a master mentor. And you've seen Shivesh over the last 3, 4 editions of the leadership program, how entrepreneurial leadership is growing amongst the women across BRICS plus countries. We also started as BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry Women Vertical. Last year at the Brazil Summit of BRICS, we actually launched something called WISE Women in Innovation, Science and Entrepreneurship, wherein we are endeavoring to create an ecosystem focused on innovation, collaboration, access to funding and networks, as well as policy advocacy for women entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs, many of them are from schools and colleges also. We actually have IIT Delhi, we have Skoltech Russia, they're all a part of our global network of WISE. And I just wanted to talk about this example of this young girl, Seher. I think I'll talk about her later, maybe towards the end. So these are the sort of young entrepreneurs who are coming up from across all parts of the globe through the Global Women Leadership Program. And I'm sure, Shivesh, some bright students, especially from the college level, they can be a part of next year's leadership program where they get more of a global, global mileage and visibility. To all the young people, especially the young girls here, my only advice to you is start before you feel ready. I always call myself an accidental entrepreneur, but I've realized over the years that readiness is not really a precondition for starting in an entrepreneurial venture. The idea thing that Shivesh is leading today and Shivani, I mean, Shivani is a wonderful entrepreneur. She's been a part of our BRICS programs. So both of them have this idea thing that they've created is not a rehearsal for some for future version of yourself who has it all figured out. It is the real thing. You'll experiment, you'll fail, you'll learn, and that's the way you'll become better in your journey. Secondly, build for a problem you understand better than anyone else in the room. Look at the tool that these young girls from Tamil Nadu had created, mental health problem in teens. This is something that they understand better. The most powerful advantage of a young entrepreneur isn't capital or connections, it is his or her instinct. You see problems your teachers don't see, we don't see, the policy makers don't see, that markets haven't caught up to yet. Trust your instinct. So, and thirdly, find your room. No entrepreneur builds alone, and especially no girl should have to. Find the mentors, the peers, the networks. All these are a network that you're creating. The investors that will tell you the truth and then help you. That is precisely why what we are trying to build as BRICS CCI WE and through She at Work, a room across borders where young women entrepreneurs stop having to feel, having to explain themselves from scratch every single time and can simply get up and work. Also, be a go-getter despite obstacles. This is something that I especially ask everybody. There'll be a lot of personal and professional problems, but as an entrepreneur, you'll be working 24 by 7. It's never 8 hours. But you have to be going despite obstacles. And this, I just wanted to give the example of this young girl, Seher, who was there in our last Global Women Leadership Program. Both me and Shivesh have seen her. She was basically from Iran and she was studying in Skoltech, I think, right in Moscow. And right during the Iran war, she was a part of her program, and her parents were there. They were in blackout for 2 weeks. She hadn't spoken to her family, but you should have seen her spirit when she came to India. She was one of our winners, so she was flown down, and that spirit of doing something, and even now she's in touch with her for us for funding support, etc. So that's what I'm saying, that despite all problems, it's your spirit and resilience that will let you through. In your entrepreneurial journey, it will take you forward. When people ask me what has changed in the years since I started my journey, maybe around 12 years back, I started late, but you are starting very young. I wish we had platforms like ThinkStartup earlier. I wish we had mentors like Angu Jain sitting here, who incidentally is also part of a company, is an IITian, but he still works very closely with startups. I salute people like him. Ideas were never in short supply. Women and girls, especially, never lacked for ideas. All those innovative solutions you see at home and school, they made by women. What has changed slowly but not nearly fast enough is the number of doors willing to open up for those ideas. Every one of you in this room, whatever you built during your ideating journey, whatever team you are on, whatever prototype or pitch you walk out with, you are proof that the doors are opening wider. So take the risk today. Pitch the idea that scares you a little. Ask the question that you think might sound naive. Remember what Henry Ford said: when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Thank you, and I can't wait to see what you build during your ideation journey. Thanks, Shivish.